Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome home.
Been a while,
Welcome
hasn't it?
home. That's true. It's a bit different.
That's good. We get to do it. I get to do it sitting down today.
Yeah. Last
Luxury.
Friday, my legs are tired.
Yeah?
So this is a special week, double episode. So for those that are just joining us, we got 2 live this week, one from home.
Yep.
After many people have asked for one. And then we'll have the normal Friday one as well. So let's
we
give it
doing
a
it
few
Friday
seconds.
as
A few
well?
people.
Yeah.
I didn't
Double
know
week.
that. Oh,
And now you do.
at least I get
Double.
to learn something. At least I get to learn something this week. I get to sit here and see what BJ's up to, and it's
do you mean?
fantastic.
Absolutely. So welcome everyone. There's a few people online. So Con asking if it's Friday today. No, it's double episode this week. So I think it was about a month ago we did the last one from home, and we were asking what our viewers are preferring, and they suggested at night, and so we thought let's bring back the evening show every few weeks. Maybe once a month or so. So here we are. So Shane,
right.
good evening. Tony,
Hello, everyone.
excellent. So quite a few people, brilliant. So what do we have tonight? I think I
What
heard
have
there's
we
a
got?
bread box. Bread box couldn't be missing tonight.
Brett's Box is making a big return. So
Yeah.
it's going to be based on some recent activities, but we won't go into that. So it's not one of my yellow boxes. It's a Brett's Box exclusive. So we've got a massive discount on something that's going to come up. So it's going to interest people all around Australia.
Special deals, eh?
Brett's special deals.
Absolutely. What else do we have? We got some projects that we've been all working on. So we're just going to show you a few things we have here at home.
Yep.
And answer any questions, I guess. So it's a bit of a more relaxed night. So if you have questions, pop it in the comments. We will try to respond them as we go.
Do we have
And
a
I
car of
guess-
the week, Nick?
Let me
Yeah,
have a
it's
look.
Friday, yeah?
Wrong one. No, sorry. Not car of the week.
No cars.
No, this
No,
this
not
very
tonight.
special tonight, not car of the week.
We can guess the blue and black one in the corner on the wall.
Oh, that's
blue and
it.
black one?
No, actually, yeah. Yes.
No, at the back.
This is the-
over
No,
your
the
shoulder.
back behind you,
Which one? Oh, that one.
over your shoulder.
Yeah, that one.
This one.
Yeah, what's
We can
that?
Guess what it is.
Well,
Pulling
there's
the
a body
button.
shell that doesn't belong to me.
Really?
So this body, I think, belongs to someone. I don't actually remember who, but was left behind at Boronia one night, and my body wasn't in condition to run any. Actually, no, I remember what I've done. I painted a brand new body in green, and I thought to back it with black. So that green became so dark that when we were resting in the evening, it was too dark to use it.
You
And
can see it.
yeah, classic. You live, you learn. And I found this in the bin.
Really?
In the bin.
Yeah, it was left behind. I don't remember what name was there, but yeah, here we go. I just put a Yokomo sticker, and I think it was an asthmatics or X-ray or something. Anyway, that was my body for the night.
That looks pretty flash.
That's
Nothing like recycling.
yeah,
That's right.
absolutely. So that's the story of this body. But yeah, never back a light color with a dark color. Obviously,
No.
it doesn't work.
We need to get Tony. We need to get Tony Parr on to give us an airbrushing tutorial.
Yeah.
Maybe when he
Really
paints a
nice.
drag body, I
Clear
think
body.
he's going to be painting his drag body quicker than young BJ.
What? What do you mean? Mine's out of the
Well,
bag.
Is it
Yeah.
out of the bag and into a box?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out of the bag into another bag.
Bag in the bag.
that's right.
And
That's
what else?
fantastic.
I guess less than 20 days, like 17 days to Christmas or so. That's
Yep.
coming really close. So today actually got really busy.
Wow.
So
How exciting is
found a
it?
lot of people through the store.
Yeah, it's good. A lot of people
So
coming through.
what have we been up to? What have we been up to at home since we last had a live?
What have we been up to?
Oof.
Yeah,
I have a lot.
I want to
Just
say.
like
I want to say, Nick's. Do you have your coffee machine there, Nick?
White coffee machine. Well, the coffee
Your
machine made an
coffee
appearance
machine.
last week.
Oh, look
That's
at
my
that.
machine.
Confession machine.
So I think if you guys were live last Friday, we had this on the live, but that's one of the Cromlech buildings. They come flat pack, and you just need to glue them together with a bit of this. Yes, you glue your fingers. Your fingers will get stuck to the confectional eventually, but it's a very good little exercise. Let's see if you can
I think we did that in one of Brett's boxes, didn't we? Didn't we do a super glue and a Cromlech thing and some paint?
That's true.
Yeah, we did. That was the special starter pack.
Yeah.
That was a special. Yeah, absolutely. And this one is designed for, I guess, 28mm figures, like Warhammer type style.
Yeah.
Something like this.
Yeah.
Looks good.
And so this is one of many. So there's a big selection of different buildings. So this is specifically as part of the Gothic range from memory, isn't it? Gothic City, Beach. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And they've got a huge one. It's like a cathedral, isn't it?
Oh, that's massive. Because how many sheets of card was that? That's 3 cards, wasn't it?
3 small one, like A5 size, and the other one, the cathedral, is 33 A4
like
size.
A4 size ones.
Yeah,
Wow.
huge. So that will be several days of work, but the result is rather impressive. I thought that you couldn't get such a clean result, but even though it's in pieces, it's still round. It does give a very good impression of the round shape. Hopefully impressive. As you build it, I was very skeptical that you could come to such a result, but
no, they've done really well.
Don't know if there is enough light to see, but there's lots of detail on the inside too. It's probably too dark. Let's see if we can point a bit of light.
It's got all the laser cut writing and runes in there.
There we go.
Yep.
Looks
It's
amazing.
all the light, the writing, and there's 2 hands on the, how do we call it? On
the altar, yeah?
Yeah, on the altar, yeah. There's 2 hands there. So really, really impressive. Very fine cutting, actually. So very good project. Very good at the product. So it's one of my projects that I completed in the last couple of weeks as we received those Cromlech. What have you got, BJ?
What have I been? No, I don't have a lot, really. So I finished off the restaurant tram, which is actually living at the shop now. So that came out really well. We had that driving around as well. Apart from that, I've been packing a bit because I'm going to be moving soon. So a lot of my stuff is sort of packed away, but I've got a couple of things that are floating around here. So this is one of my earlier projects.
This is the
You
tram.
haven't told everybody, BJ, you're going to open our Japan branch.
The Japan branch?
Yeah.
Am I? When's that happening?
No?
Man, I'm just as excited as you to hear that.
Aren't you moving to Japan?
Am I? I've already done that before.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I
Different
don't know. What
stage.
happened again?
Oh, brilliant.
You guys have probably seen this before, but this is the boat I started building years ago from Dumas. But since I'm going to be moving, I want to make sure I have a really good build area so I can do some of this big stuff. So I laid out all of this design here a long time ago. So it's actually ABS plastic in between strips of wood. And that's
So it's not just putty and bog.
Hey?
It's not just putty and bog in there.
No, that's actually strips of ABS plastic.
Wow.
And then that's all matched up. So you see here, this decking here also looks hidden, right? Because that pattern's all the way through, and that's actually a hidden panel. And this is going to be for the motorization. So it's going to be a 540 size motor that's going to live in there. Steering servo in the back for the rudder. So this was a laser cut model from Dumas of America. And it's got the plywood formers, and then they have these huge ABS plastic sheets because it's designed for radio control. So that's all epoxied in, and then the strips were added later. So it's been a while since I did this, so you can see it's sort of pulling back now. But the step that I stopped on was fiberglassing. So I got some really fine cloth, and this is all going to be held together with the fiberglass, and it's going to be a much deeper color because after I put the finishing epoxy on it, it's going to get really deep, a really a walnut color. So that's something I really want to do. That's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions. We'll get this finished next year. We'll fit it all out, and we'll chuck it on the arrow, and we'll drive it around and terrorize a few people.
I was going to say, I hope the new place has got a big bathtub, mate.
big bathtub.
Yeah, the new
Well, I've got a
place.
bathtub now at the moment, but I'm not going to have a bathtub at the new place, so I'm going to have to get a I don't know,
Gonna have to be the
a
Yarrow.
baby's bath. Yeah, got to fit the baby's
Streamlined.
bath.
Yeah,
I'll
I think
take it in the bath with me.
Really?
that's it.
So it looks good. It's one of those really early Killcraft type races, I guess.
Yes,
So there's a lot of metal fittings and stuff going to it.
An Italian speedboat, no, a river cruiser.
That's it.
that's it. So this is from a brand called Dumas. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. We actually finally received today a heap of Dumas kits, and Dumas kits are. They have a huge range of boats. That's where they started, but they do also balsa planes, something that we haven't had for a while. Gelo used to make them, but they haven't been really available in recent days. So Dumas is a really good replacement for that kind of very traditional kits.
Yeah, all the timber kits.
The
Yeah,
kits that
really
Hearns was
nice.
producing many years ago, actually.
Even the artwork on the box, we should have grabbed one to show on the maybe we'll show it on Friday's show. But
Yes,
even the artwork in that is quite like retro and vintage.
absolutely. Good idea. So Anthony's asking if you are in lockdown. We are not in lockdown.
I don't
Thankfully.
know what lockdown is. What lockdown?
No, there's no more
So there
lockdowns.
haven't been one.
No more lockdowns.
No more lockdowns. We're doing just an extra show this week at night, and we'll do one a night every now and then. So just keep an eye on the Facebook page, and we'll update you when the next one in the evening will be.
If you vote for Hearns, you'll never get locked down again.
That's it. That's it.
When are we voting?
I don't know. I think later in the year, sometime next year. But we have a question.
What is it?
So, do we watch any YouTube channels? Absolutely, many.
Yeah, we do. I don't watch a lot.
Which ones? Come on, Beach. What kind of answer is that?
Night Shift.
Oh, okay.
Night Shift's a good one.
Yeah?
He goes into real nitty gritty, really special techniques. So it's not beginner type stuff. It's more advanced type stuff.
I need to do a search. I tend to watch different channel based on what I'm doing. Recently I've been painting some little miniatures, so trying to learn technique for that. So I go through phases, depending what I actually need to know. So recently was lots of Warhammer gaming figures to paint, trying to learn how to use this kind of special paints for figures. So there's lots of techniques, actually quite impressive. The way you apply the paint at different stages, you got your base, and there's different techniques to actually obtain this really impressive effect. And I saw a few video showing one today where this person was using traditional color to give a metallic effect by shading the paint, the different shade of the same color effect it is in beach to give that metallic effect. That's really impressive. So much talent out there, and YouTube is brilliant.
You're really getting into your miniature building or painting?
Absolutely. It's one of these things when you start, it's rather frustrating because they're so tiny. So it takes lots of practice and learning the techniques actually to get to a reasonable result. And you must have the goggles. Without goggles, it's virtually impossible. Your eyes gets really tired really quick. So you must have a set of 9 steps. Make Optivisor. Is it Optivisor?
Optrix.
Yeah.
Optrix.
We call it the Optrix.
That's it. So, so I spent a bit of time watching some tutorials of that. What else? I can be see, rock crawling. Some really cool rock crawling channels are there. Anything really. How about you, Brett?
Their scale stuff is going crazy, isn't it? The rock crawling stuff.
Yes.
They're getting into the figurines and the stuff, and it's crazy. And we had this big, huge one coming, didn't we? Not that we had it in store, but the SCX6 come and went.
That's it.
That massive thing.
Came and gone. 1/7. Is it 1/6 or 1/7?
1/6.
1/6 scale crawler. Crazy. So very good suggestion along here. So plasma. So do you, Anthony's asking if you actually fly planes regularly. No,
No,
none of
not
us
us.
does.
Unfortunately, not. No, I don't radio control anything that leaves the ground for very good reason. That it usually smashes even on the ground. So, you know,
That's it.
I have enough trouble controlling radio control devices on the ground. You
That's
know,
right.
one of our good friends of Hearns who's watching tonight, actually, Tony sent me a video of his drone stuff, and it was just phenomenal. It was like out of this
Crazy.
world, this freestyle drone stuff that he was doing. So
Yeah, it's
I can
impressive.
really appreciate it, but yeah, I suppose I'm a bit scared just to lose it.
Yeah, I agree. But we have few of the guys at Hobbyman do fly. Adam used to work at Hobbyman. He's not longer with us, but he's still a really good pilot. He comes around almost weekly. Every Tuesday I'm there. I see him. He's a very good pilot. He's just built a turbine jet. Huge.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, yeah. So he had to get that certified and all that. So he's an expert. So he's actually doing some builds, for our customers. So yeah, he's a very good asset. And you find him at I think it's a PN Darks club down in is it
Pakenham.
past Mount Warren? Pakenham? Yeah, Pakenham.
Yeah, Pakenham.
That's right. So I've been flying a few drones, struggle away when Noelle was around. Did a bit of that. But yeah, I'm with Brett. Wheels on the ground. Jumps. Some jumps are acceptable. No more than 3 in a row. Triple, that's acceptable. More than that is a struggle.
Triples, sometimes even triples are a double.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks ago, like I've just got it sitting here, not to point any names, but I might have let a certain techno driver drive my buggy, and this happened on the street.
It's rear-wheel drive, mate.
It's yeah,
a tricycle.
It's only got 3 arms. It's only part of it sort of fell off or got smashed off. The instruction
didn't have the 4th arm listed.
That's a lightweight version.
You can see there, we've even got a kink in the hinge pin. Still nice and polished. It's still nice and polished from when I rebuilt it, but there's just sheared it off. There's a little bit of arm here. Oh, I might get my big finger out of the way, so I can see here what's left of the arm.
Not very much.
So that's hard enough driving a buggy on the track. Yeah, getting to my next point. So that was a couple of weeks ago. We went out 8 scale. We went out to Eagle Point, which I said on the daytime show, which was really cool. Yep. So we didn't destroy both buggies. Oh, sorry for reaching. Got another one here, which in fact does have 4 corners still on it and intact. So this is Richard's buggy that Tristan drove and did really well. And then last weekend we actually went to the Kilo Off-Road Club down here in Victoria on Sunday. They were having their Christmas breakup AGM, sort of bash. So we thought we would go down there with the Victorian titles coming up in the 22nd, that weekend of January next year. Sounds far away, but realistically, it's like 6 weeks.
Yeah, it won't be long. It'll just sneak up.
It'll sneak up by the time Christmas comes, and then a couple of weeks it'll be here. So we thought we'd go out there and try our hand at 1/10 off-road, which was super impressive. We snuck out there. We went out there for a day in November, didn't we? On Cup weekend.
That was good fun.
Yeah. We went out there and we did a couple of batteries only and experienced it. Not that I actually really got to drive that day. We were driving the Bullet and stuff around, which was really cool. So we had the opportunity to go down there and into this Kilo Christmas bash. So that was really cool, which was just a club day with a barbecue. The club had their AGM, voted in a new committee, which was lovely. Most of the old committee stayed, all the key positions. So it was a really good day out. It was a long day out. I think we got there at 7:30 and left at 5. So it was a big day out for me.
Still recovering.
I think I'm still struggling now.
All the clubs are picking up again. So it's really exciting to have everyone racing, and then hopefully we'll have all the events going around and people traveling again.
Yeah, it's super exciting. So,
Hmm.
so we went out to the 10 scale track, and here we have I've shown this one before as it was getting built and stuff. So we were running the sweep, Tendroid. These are the control tires. Unfortunately, tire wear was quite high on the day, but that is getting addressed, and that won't be like that in the future. So, but the tires were super impressive as far as grip and speed goes. So the car was really good. This is a Yokomo, obviously YZ4. Tristan drove that. I drove a YZ2 Cal 3 DTM3 hybrid car that our good friend and team driver Simon Healy lent me for the day, which was lovely, and I'll probably carry on forward and run that at the Vic Titles. So moving forward, you can see where this is heading, guys.
Where is that bright box time?
It is.
Oh, I think it's gonna have to go on a big camera.
Now don't laugh. This is Brett's like busted box. It's all stretched and manky, but do you know why?
It's got lots of
It's
stuff.
because it's bursting out of the seams with
Oh,
sweet Tendroids and my favorite midweek tire additive, TDK. Doesn't have to be midweek actually. You can treat yourself anytime to a bit of tire additive. Anytime you need to grip and go, TDK's got you sorted. So what I've done this week in Brett's box is I've put together a really popular order. I've had a few guys call from out of state and wanting to get tires because they want to get them glued up and get them ready, obviously, before they come down in January. They don't want to get to the track on Friday and start gluing up tires and trying to run and stuff like that. So we've been sending heaps of tires out the door. So what we've done, we've introduced this introductory sort of package for the Vic titles, for which we are naming right sponsors. The 2022 Hearns Vic Road off-road titles, 1/10 off-road titles, state titles, presented by Kilo Off-Road Radio Control Car Club, Kiorka. And so we've got ourselves, what I've put here in the box this week is I've put 4 pairs of buggy rears. So that'll go on two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. I've got 2 pairs of four-wheel drive fronts because that seems to be a good wear ratio. And then to follow up on that, I've got 1 pair. Hang on, I've lost them.
One pair. You had in your hand before. That's it.
I had in my hand before. 1 pair of two-wheel drive fronts. So that is 7 pairs of tires. And a bottle of TDK.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got our Hearns exclusive box, which they were all fitting nice. It was only the header cards that was all actually holding them all up. So once they're glued up, they actually fit in there really nice. I should do that next time, actually make it all look all nice and pretty. So we're going to do that. And I think we're going to knock like $39 off, aren't we, off this box? And we're going to limit it to 20 boxes. We're going to do a special run. And so we're going to do this. Is that right, Nick, for $209?
Yep.
Yeah. $209. You're going to save yourself $40, and that's going to be shipped throughout Australia, wherever you are. If you're in Victoria, if you're far away, that'll come standard ship to you for $209. So
they'll get you sorted for the Vics, yeah?
Hey?
They'll get you sorted for the Vics.
That's right, and that's going to be Brett's exclusive Vic's off-road box. So, and that's the control tire and the control tire additive 4 kilo. So 4 pairs of rear buggy, 2 pairs of 4-wheel drive front, 1 pair of 2-wheel drive front, and a bottle of TDK tire additive, as well as the stylish race box and postage. So that is a ripper deal, and that should get you to the Vics a little bit cheaper and definitely better looking in one of Brett's black boxes.
Cool. Absolutely.
So that is me this week, really. I've been toiling away. We've been doing a few workshop repairs, been trying to clean up. this weekend, hopefully head out to Lilydale, actually with the big bangers, get some
I didn't know
GT
that.
out on the track. Yeah, get out there with Richard and hopefully young Thomas, and go have a play, and see what comes of it.
Good.
Let's see what the weather holds for us this weekend. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, as we're talking about big cars, I hear the velodrome is potentially back in January.
Yes.
Is it
So
true?
that's a go anyway, isn't it?
How cool is that?
Really cool.
Definitely.
Really cool. So we need to get our cars ready, because coming up to Christmas, usually we don't have a lot of time. We're just going to make sure that we get stuff prepared, and then when it hits January, we're right into it and get the cars ready for the velodrome. And this time around, I guess we'll try and do the live feeds again, like last time.
Perhaps, yeah.
I want a headset this time.
Hey?
I want a headset and a mic.
Oh, do you?
All right.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
For fashion?
Done.
for sure.
Yeah. And with the cap, yeah?
Yeah, winter cap. I want a
you
headset
look
and mic and
That's good. Done.
Well, Jackie
We'll
Stewart.
have it ready for you. Good. Now, should be good. So hopefully we can, the organizer will set a date so we can start advertising it and get ready. But finger crossed will be early next year.
Yeah.
I've been holding on to this for long enough.
I've been dreaming those for months.
I
That's
was
where they
using
are,
it
in
as a
your bedroom.
bedside. I was using it as a bedside table ornament in my office. So I'm dying to get these bolted up to my buggy with a big wing on the front.
That'd be crazy.
They are huge, aren't they?
I think
I
so.
don't have
They're
a 10
phenomenal.
scale wheel here. I've got an 8 scale
That's it.
GT wheel, which is not very small. You know, like look at it.
Wow. Yeah. That's what we like.
That is a big wheel. I can't wait to see this go. If nothing else, you know what else these will fit onto, don't you, Nick?
On the X-Max.
That's right. These will bolt straight up to the X-Max. So it'll look
really?
much more. Hey,
Do they really fit?
I haven't tried it, but it's the same. It's the same hexes, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the same hex.
Or do they have the bigger 5th scale? No, they might have the bigger 5th scale.
No, it's probably bigger
23
again, is it?
millimeter.
Yes, it's probably bigger. 23 mil probably.
Yeah, they have the 23 millimeter hex. Sorry, they will not fit the X Max. I was all excited.
Well, we can make an adapter, I'm sure.
That said, they're smaller than the. I've got one here. Look, here's one I prepared earlier.
Oh,
They're actually smaller than the X Max wheels. So
Wow.
it actually hurt the top speed of the X Max. But yeah, no, that's definitely a 23 mil hex.
yeah, that's it. Huge.
So talking about the velodrome, if anyone's interested, we've got the event up on Facebook. So it's just got a arbitrary date at the moment. So if you're interested, just register, either you're interested or if you're going to attend. And then whenever there's updates, you'll get those sent straight away through Facebook. And once the date's actually set, you'll see that get updated as well. So do that and you won't miss out, because you don't want to miss out. Last time was pretty
I
crazy.
don't want to miss it.
Nah.
I just
Have we
hopefully
got frozen action?
it doesn't impact the time when hopefully they don't put it too close to the Victorian off-road state titles, so it impacts.
When's that?
Well, that's the 22nd of January.
22nd, was it?
Yeah.
Because I would guess that it's probably going to be around.
If they did
Australia Day.
it the weekend after, I think it's the Australia Day weekend.
Yeah. Would that
So
work?
they might do it the Australia Day long weekend.
All right.
They
let's
traditionally
get
do
sussed out.
velodrome. They traditionally do velodrome on long weekends, don't they?
They do normally. Yeah. All right. We'll see what happens, but yeah, make sure you register your interest, and you'll find out straight away.
Brilliant.
On this Friday's live, actually, I might do on the show Friday. I might do a TDK tire source video for 1/10 off road on the sweet tires.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
It's been a while since we've touched on that and show people how we use the TDK.
I agree. So that should be good. And as you're talking about events, there's a couple of comments in relation to Model Expo.
Yes. Yeah. So we got news that Model Expo has got dates, which is really exciting, because the last Expo was 2019, and that was the last time we were there and actually filmed. I think it was the last day of Expo, and it was really, really interesting. So hopefully we'll do that again next year round. And I guess it means that anyone who wants to go to have a look, please register your interest again. And then if you're interested in attending, then make sure you get all your models ready in time.
That's right. So I'm looking for the link on Facebook. So we have an event on Facebook. Let me see if I can quickly find it. What are the dates?
Can I just use one of yours, Beige?
What were the dates? What was it? It was June. Got it here somewhere. Let's have a look. Oh, here it is. Up here.
Found it already.
So, where was it? It's June the 3rd, which will be a Friday, to June the 5th, which will be a Sunday. So, a 3-day event.
Brilliant. Well, I'm just about to post the link. Here we go.
And that's our event page, isn't it, BJ?
Sorry?
Is that our event page?
That's our event page, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Model Expo is actually run by the IPMS, but we put up the event just so everyone can register the interest and get a reminder when it comes up closer, because I mean 6 months is still a long way away and a lot of us forget. So that's the easiest way of getting some quick reminders.
What are you going to enter, Beige?
I had all these plans. And I thought, well,
what are you going to enter?
There's an extra year, and I put things off. And then there was an extra 2 years, and I put things off. And there's extra 3 years, and I've still put them off. So I'll probably only have one thing ready. But either way, I'll have something. I'll be there. I mean, I've got a project here that I was going to show everyone as well. So that was meant to be a Expo entry as well. But there's no chance it's going to be ready for the next one.
Have you got one that I could borrow?
Large projects.
Hey?
Have you got one that I could borrow?
One you could borrow. Well, I've got this one. I haven't started yet. You want to do this one?
No, I just want to borrow a finished one.
Oh, this is it. Wait.
Oh.
How do we call
this little sucker here? So this is the Fiat Flare, which is the speed record car from, what was it, 1923 or something?
Yeah.
And if you can see around here, you see how big the engine is?
2.1 litres.
That's 22 litres.
What?
22 litres. Okay, so that engine here, this was actually an F1 car that a British guy picked up, and he thought, I want to go really fast. And so he got a Fiat aircraft engine and shoved it on the front of it. So there's an aircraft engine inside an F1 car. So 22 litres. And I think that's amazing. I can't remember actually how fast it went. Because the F1 cars were doing 240 Ks then. So there's got to be 300 something. Probably tell me here somewhere.
Can't be.
So this one did... I did 230 kilometers an hour, and that was a speed record. Back in 1923. 23?
That's crazy.
1924. So Fiat A12 liquid-cooled engine.
Can you imagine how they blew up the airbags back then?
Airbags? That was just a big balloon, mate. So you can see just how long the nose is, right here.
Does it say how many cylinders it was?
How many cylinders?
Must be many.
It would have been 12, yeah?
Come on, BJ, you haven't done your research.
Oh, I have. I just forgotten it all.
Oh, you'll know by the time you finish you'll be a Fiat expert.
6 cylinders. Can you imagine how big piston is?
Be as big as your head.
Oh, probably bigger. I got a small head. So, look, here's some panels here, right?
You don't even have to paint it.
Hey?
You can't enter that in the contest. It's already painted.
It's not painted. It's just coloured red. It's going to be painted again. So, here's the engine
what
covers.
What colour would you paint it?
Well, the original one was black, apparently, but the restored version is red. So I think I'll do it red. I quite like the red look. The black one looks okay, but it looks a bit bland, I think. So yeah, it's going to be pretty.
It's already red, so it saves you painting.
Oh, it's good. It's a good base. So I'm going to try a few different things with this. Now,
are you gonna make it look all weathered and stuff, or is it just going to be like showroom fresh?
It's going to be partially weathered. So I'm going to do like the engines were grubby out of these things. You'll see some YouTube videos of these, and they got oil spitting everywhere, and they're pumping oil on it to make sure it works. And so this is going to go with it as well as part of the diorama.
Whoa.
She doesn't look like
It's not-
she's from 1924.
No, she's not. But you know,
Well, that's not period correct.
hey, no. Well, it's going to be the restored version with her next to it. I don't know if she's going to be holding a whip though. I've got to think about that one. But I'm going
I
to
think
change
Could be a
She needs
seatbelt.
a
her outfit.
She
So
needs a
it
longer
looks like-
dress on, mate.
what do you mean?
Well, I don't know if that's appropriate.
Well, it's appropriate for
If
me.
she
What are you
did,
talking
if
about?
she did that to my dipstick, I'd be upset. Is that the dipstick in her hand?
I hope not.
It's a seatbelt.
Ah, see, that's all right.
Yeah, it's
The
okay.
horse whip. So I'm going to change her to have Fiat top. Okay, so it's going to have one of those sort of retro American garage type lettering across here, and then probably at the back too. But the back is sort of covered up with her hair, so I don't know if you see much there. So yeah, so it's cool. So I actually got this in mind for this kit. So I got this 18 months ago, and I've been waiting for this kit that long, and it's finally come in. So these kits aren't always available.
Very hard to
That's
come by,
good.
yes.
So patient.
Hey,
So patient.
yeah, with that patience. I mean, these figures are just amazing. So this, I think I can pull it out a bit. What we got? All right, let's pull out a bit that's quite recognizable.
Come on, open it.
The sculptor that's done this is amazing. He's a Japanese guy.
It was probably just 3D scanned somebody, has he?
No, he's digitally sculpted these. Okay, so there's the chest and headpiece. So you can see how big 12 scale is going to be. So it's going to stand quite tall. It's going to be like, I don't know, 12 scale is 150 mil. So that's going to be a bit of a test in the painting itself. Okay, there's the front of the
separate
shirt.
part.
Okay, so that when this pops in, you've
Wow.
got the depth of the shirt. There's quite a few parts of this particular figure.
I
So
hope
really
you keep her covered up.
Hey,
I hope you keep her covered up.
I'll see. I haven't decided yet. You know what I'm like? I can do all sorts of mods. So that's that bit. So there's a bit of the engine. Look at that big chunky 6 cylinders.
That's brilliant.
And this kit's got working suspension, working steering. I don't know. Do you know what this is? There's a heap of it.
Chains?
Yep, that's working chains.
Oh, wow.
So you've got to put
For
together
that.
the working chains. Up here, you might be able to see these parts are actually the links. They've got the pins going through.
Oh, that's a lot of chain.
Okay, so you got to put them together, and then you're meant to use a really hot nail, and then seal it up on the other side to get it to work properly. Which is going to be a job in itself, isn't it? But that's a lot of chain there. What else we got? Got spoke wheels, multi pieces.
I love wheels.
So spoke wheels, they look pretty fine. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to replace those spokes yet because you could make them look finer by putting in some wire instead. That's a lot of work to me. Don't know if I'm prepared to do that.
You could use
Chromey
like
bits,
chromey tube and stuff.
chromey bits. Big steering wheel. Get your dash there. What else we got here? Lots of engineer bits. Oh, these must be. Oh, these must be part of the cylinders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of these, right?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
And then you got the tops of the cylinders there. All sorts of get leaf springs there as well. So it's got working dampers. It's got friction dampers on it. You
That'll
see
never
that?
handle.
Oh, you see that? There's sprockets for the chain. You got the extractor there.
You
Big
could
massive
just use
tractors.
a 63 tooth pinion on there.
63 tooth. What's over here? I've already seen that bit. Oh,
Where's the
that's
tires?
Look at the grill.
Gold.
Big massive grill. Okay, so the grills were beaten brass. So I'm going to work out how I'm going to do the patina on that. And actually, when you look at these cars, so the reproduction, actually not the reproduction, the restored version, the bodywork looks rough as guts. So I think I'm going to roughen this up and look like it's been hand beaten, because at the moment this looks too perfect, I think.
Yeah.
So lots and lots of bits.
Yeah, let me paint it.
Hey,
Let me paint it. I'll show you how.
I heard you the first time. I just couldn't believe you said that.
Yeah, that's how rough it would
This
look
is really impressive. Okay, so you got this big box. It was 10 million screws, all the screws along here.
Oh,
You got
screws.
rope. Yep. So this is all the rope that's used for binding the exhaust, so you didn't burn yourself. You got all the vinyl tubing, and there's some straps there. I think that's probably used for the seatbelt. I'm guessing if they had seatbelts, because those mad guys back in the 20s sometimes didn't wear seatbelts. You know, you used to go flying when they hit something. But yeah, lots of bits there. What's we got here? We've got the super high grip tires. Look at them. They're like motorcycle tires, doing 240 clicks. Now, those guys had a bit of guts to do that, eh? And then here you've got some masks. So that's the mask for the Fiat that gets painted on the front grille. And then there's all the decals in there as well. And there's clear parts.
I thought you were making COVID references then. I thought, what the hell?
Which bit? Masks?
Mask.
Yeah. Straight away, I start checking my pockets.
I think that's about it. Is that about it? That's about it. Big chassis rail down there as well.
These 112 scale kits from Italy are really impressive.
Yeah.
We received we have the Fiat, is it a Fiat 500?
Fiat 500, yeah, the Abarth.
Abarth, yeah.
Yep.
And then we
And then there's is it an 806 F1 car?
Yes, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, it's brilliant as well. So we did a couple of unboxing recently, actually. I think you unboxed the Fiat, have you, from memory?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I was going to unbox this one as well. So I'll probably, after I move, I'll take this into the shop and open it all up. But yeah, really like that.
Yeah, it's
Crunchy
classic.
monkey. Look at that.
That is super
It's
cool.
beautiful. Yeah, it's just really
I
nice.
think you're gonna you can use some Hearns workshop hoses and bits and pieces to make it even more detailed.
Yeah,
on the engine side of things.
It's good. So this is actually a photo of the reproduction. The restored car. So they just had these straps that held on the engine covers. You can see how it's rough as guts there along the chassis.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and emulate that, and you'll see that it's got this gloss, but it's not a mirror gloss. So yeah, it's going to be a good project. But whether or not it's going to be ready for 22 Model Expo, I don't think so. Probably be ready for 23 Expo.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of work in there because you know what I'm like. I'll probably have all these other projects in between as well. So going to have these little projects that I've got to finish. I've got this other machining Krieger build I've been working on with the servo and stuff with the opening front end. That hasn't been worked out properly yet. So that'll be my main focus. That'll be my main entry. I've got to try and get that finished for June.
You also have the tank. You were working on the tank.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So the armored personnel carrier, I've got a different tank as well, and another tank. So that's two tanks. Armored personnel carrier. I've got another figure, which is another thing altogether as well on a big couch.
That's it. Oh, that's special.
So there's lots of things going on. Lots of things.
And that's it.
Actually, there was a question before, wasn't there, from Shane about what was it? He was asking about the tram.
Yes, how to remove the support.
Yeah. So on the inside of the tram, you got all these supports, and they can be difficult to cut off with side cutters. So if you've got some really fine needle nose pliers, you can use those just to yank it a bit like this, and they should come off pretty cleanly. That's probably going to be the best way to get all those out of there. You'll still leave it a little bit rough, but I mean, on the inside, it doesn't really matter because you won't see anything on the inside. You just need to clean it up a little bit to get the chassis to attach, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Could you use tweezers, BJ?
Tweezers is probably not strong enough. You could try, but the supports are quite thin. Yeah.
of twisting, really. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it was a single support, you'd probably be able to do it with tweezers. But with the multiples, yeah, they're pretty strong when they're together.
Yeah, it's more like
Yeah.
a tree like this. Let's see if you can see it here.
Yeah.
And
You
they're
just
kind of
gotta break
elastic
those
at the
first.
same time. It's actually quite resilient. So they're kind of elastic. So you just definitely, a bit of some pliers or something. Sometimes if you give it a good whack, if you get it 3 or 4 together, you can crack them off.
Yeah.
From the inside, it's fine. I wouldn't do that if the surface needs to be painted. But from the inside, you can just give it a good pull and normally come off. But if you do that on the outside, they can leave a small chip. So don't do that. Use some definitely side cutter when you want to cut it from a part that is visible, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, but on the inside, you can go hard. This is it. That's the one.
That's my 9 steps. Every time I use them, I lose a little bit of my thumb.
You do?
Yeah.
Don't worry, it grows back.
Well, that's what I figure. But I just always I don't know, on my thumb.
Punching in. Very good. Actually, I have a couple of other things here. Some of those we've seen them before, but I've done a bit more painting. So this specific part here, let me put on a bigger camera so we may be able to see this one. So this one is let me see if you can focus it up. Here we go. This is a fire extinguisher specifically designed for the 1/16 scale Stuck that should be arriving anytime soon from Das Werk. Is that correct, BJ?
That's right.
So we have a selection of parts, about I think will be close to 10, and this specific one is one of those.
Yeah.
And perfect reproduction of the was it Tetra?
Yeah, the Tetra fire extinguisher. So the Tetra fire extinguishers were used on all German vehicles in World War II. So there were a couple of different versions. We've decided to do these because with the Das Werk kit, and I guess with quite a lot of the Trumpeter 16 scale German tank kits as well, sometimes the detail on these particular finer parts are probably a bit bland. And particularly on the Das Werk one, because I built it to a price. So it's going to be a very well-priced 16 scale kit. We're guessing it's going to be around about the $200 mark. But some of those parts, so some of those parts are just, a bit on the soft side. So that's going to add a lot more character. And so there's also the C hooks and the S hooks that Warwick has done. And then also all these muzzle brakes. And then also we've made the new, I think it really makes the Stug look quite menacing, the pig's head style gun mantlet.
That's huge.
So usually they've got the sort of, I don't know, you call it a V shape, just behind the gun where it attaches the hull of the tank. And it's all flat-sided armor plate. But they started casting them, and it's quite organic looking. So that's going to look really good. So we're going to have quite a few of those sort of accessories. It's due towards Christmas. It might be the new year before we actually see the kit. But even these parts can be used on, say, Trumpeter 16 scale, any other brand as well, to me, a 16 scale. And a lot more character.
I guess specifically the fire extinguisher we have in a 35th scale as well. I don't know whether it's listed yet, but we have both options. So here we go. That's a 16 and 35th scale. Yep. So most of these parts are easily rescaled, and then we can make them in both scales really. Yep. And I guess probably wouldn't go much smaller than that, but that will give you a few options. Same. So some of these are the wheelie bins in 35th scale.
Yeah, they're pretty iconically modern bins, aren't they?
That's it. That's the in perspective.
Yeah.
Here we go. So that's they're both 35th scale. So it's a bin. Let's see a fire extinguisher here. So quite a few things have been designed actually during lockdown, and they're all ready to go now. So we've seen quite a few picking up the 00 scale or HO scale range of products. We have the water tower. If there is anyone doing Victorian Railway, and in the last month or so, we actually received quite a few new releases of Victorian locomotives, and this is water crane.
Yeah,
Victorian water crane, which again was designed by Warwick, and this model is painted up as comes in 3 parts and is actually pivoting too, so it's quite realistic looking. Obviously needs painting, So we got those always in stock now, actually. So we start producing them in a volume. So there's quite a few always in stock. And what else have I got here? I've got this guy which I broke just before, but we'll eventually glue it back. Let's see.
Is that the
Let's
Rudolph
see.
Norm?
That's
That's
the
him.
Christmas Rudolph, the Christmas
No.
Norm.
No.
Yeah. I really like the way that you can see the straps holding on the reindeer antlers and also the red nose.
Why?
So that's specifically released for Christmas from Cromlech. So for all you guys that enjoy your 28mm figures, this is just a little comical thing that you can add to either your army or just just for fun, just to paint up. But
That's a fun project, yeah. Absolutely. So
we've still got the pumpkin ones too from Halloween.
that's right. So we could do a pumpkin and a Christmassy one. So
Yeah, they're cool.
thank
I'm
you,
waiting
Jason.
for the Valentine's Day one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be
How are they
cute.
going to do that one, you think?
Might be like a gnaw in a G-string or something.
Excuse me?
Who knows?
Do they have
You will
something to
have
do with
mask.
straps?
He'll be with a mask then.
That's right.
Very good. What else? I don't think I've got much else here. I've got lots of bits and pieces, but nothing.
Do we have any Yokomo news?
Yes, we do.
Well, they've semi-released it, or they've released it ready for dispatch. Is that right? The new DTM 3.1.
Yeah, I
So
think it'll be
they've
already been dispatched. Let me see
They've
if I check
notified
my.
us that it's been dispatched. Would have been nice to get some heads up, but we're eagerly awaiting it. And I know, especially the guys with the Victorian titles are coming up. I'm hoping it makes it in time for Christmas for them. Make a good build into the new year, and they can hit the track running as of next year, hopefully. And I'm sure they're going to be fantastic. So, waiting to really get our hands on them. What they've done is taken the best bits from the cow version of the car, which is the way that most of the guys are running them on the dirt track anyway, with the longer chassis and the revised roll centers, and using that setup with the DTM 3-gear transmission. So looking forward to getting that. Updated some of the geometry a little bit, put the four-wheel drive shocks on, so it reduces the spare parts. More in line with the two cars. I suppose they share more in common now, which makes it really much better for optimizers, the spares, I suppose, that you have to carry.
Yep,
absolutely.
And that's the DTM 3.1.
That's right. So, and a CAL 3.1 too. So there's a cut version as well coming. So there'll be obviously two parts. So it should be really good. So just in time for the bigs in January. So it should be good.
Yeah, and I believe that some of Europe is just landing their new kits. Ours could be here within days. Hopefully this time next week we're unboxing one.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously there's some delays of containers and flights from Japan. So we experienced that with Tamiya. I guess everyone knows the situation of Tamiya. So hopefully it's not too late, not too much delay.
Yeah.
So. But talking about Tamiya, there could be some RC arriving just before Christmas. Something with a couple of special things, like a big selection, very exclusive. And I heard that potentially we could be receiving some Hornets as well. Very limited numbers, probably 4, but there could be some Hornets and perhaps something else. So if you have to Tamiya just before Christmas, maybe we are in luck. Maybe.
Yeah, I think they're going to warrant BJ's special cellophane.
Yes.
What do you mean?
I think so.
BJ's special cellophane, and they're gonna be ready to go. They're gonna rock out the door.
I think
you need the cellophane to keep it fresh.
That's right.
We need to get like a double length roll to close up some of the bigger Tamiya kits that we are getting. So should be really good. So not many, but some.
And another one that's been due we haven't heard, we touched on crawlers before, is the Night Runner. That's got to be due to land any day now.
The Night Runner is currently in Sydney, stuck at the wharf because there's a bit of delay there as well. So we should be seeing them next week, potentially. Finger crossed.
Yeah. So it's going to be it's going to be a huge couple of weeks.
I think so.
Very
So
exciting.
stock is arriving every day.
Mm.
Yeah. Who's getting a night runner? I think the shop will have a night runner for sure.
I think for sure you will put your hand up for a night runner, Nick.
Yeah. Is that what you're suggesting?
I reckon so. I reckon with all your new modelling skills, I know that's why you've been brushing up on all your Cromlech skills.
Absolutely.
You're going to get some 3D printed accessories and you're going to make it your own for sure.
Possibly. Now we'll definitely have one in store. We'll definitely have a play with one and do a bit of an unboxing, a bit of a review. I think there'll be. It's a special kit. We had James Knight here with us a couple of months ago. If you go back to our lives, you can see the live show we did with James, and he was explaining the story behind this model, which is fascinating. So it's great.
Well, hopefully we can get him back on when we get one in store.
Yeah, it sounds like a great idea.
I'm sure that we should really try to organize to do a real live show in person with James and the cars, perhaps.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Good. Well, what else?
What else is it?
Well, Kaju Short is thinking I'm going to produce an army. Well, possibly. I have my little armies of ladies here. Let me bring them out. Let's see if I can display them all somewhere. Yeah, they're all coming. Some are painted badly, some are not painted yet.
Is there a certain amount of figures that you have in your army? Are like you limited to like 10 figures or something? Or
I don't know. I think there's an agreement, isn't there? I haven't really gone tabletop gaming before. So look at that.
So this is
looks like they're off to a dance party.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
it.
look like an army. They look like they're going off to a disco.
They're going to a rave, mate.
There we go. So some are finished, some are, well, most of them are work in progress. And then I've got one more here. This is still being finished.
Is that a wolf?
Yes, the lipstick. Let me see if I can focus on the lipstick. Nah,
Did you say there's a wolf with lipstick?
Yeah, look at that.
Why not?
Oh, wow.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? That's true. Yeah, why not?
Have you ever seen a person with wings? So no, you can see a wolf with lipstick.
That's right.
Fair enough.
I'll bring it in tomorrow so you can check it out.
Sure.
This is it, really.
I think that's all.
That's about
I
it.
think we're done. Is there any more question?
Any more questions? Are there questions that we missed?
Actually, so this is an explanation. So Kaju said that each figure is worth an amount of points. The more points, generally, the more powerful you are, really. So that makes sense.
Oh, points limit. Right.
And what if my figure with a wolf, does it count more points?
Yeah, probably.
The lipstick means you lose points.
Oh dear. And the wings, the game points?
Well, it depends how fast you're driving. If you're over 5 kilometers, then you lose 3 points.
This one has a title. No one can see that. And one has got this one has a dragon. There's a dragon here. That will be more points, I'm sure.
A little dragon.
Yes. Brilliant. This world of little miniatures is fascinating. There's some Facebook groups showing some of the really high-end models. It's just another level, really. And Cromlech, to a degree, follows that. They've got these gigantic figures where they've got so much detail, so much depth, really. It's unbelievable.
It really is artistry.
Yes.
Those big, massive death stompers. They're my favorite.
That's the expression of art, I
agree. Same is for the machining Krieger. That's a very different kind of size and scale and type. But then again, same thing, really. The imagination and creativity is to a different level.
So that's good. Love the machining Krieger stuff.
Apparently with lipstick, you get 10% more points.
That's cool.
Oh, that's a plus, isn't it?
That's good. Thank you, Rob. That's good. That should be good. All right, I think on the lipstick, I think we're gonna close this live show. So episode 77, one more done, and
all right,
we should be back on Friday. We will be back on Friday actually for another big show from the store. perhaps with lots of new products.
Yeah, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
That's
Very good.
fantastic.
All right, then, everyone.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thanks for
watching
joining
us.
us.
Catch you soon.
Thanks for having us, guys.
See ya.
See you guys on Friday.
See you Friday.